after one another, as if we were one single tribe.
Hey guys, and welcome to a rather forlorn special episode of Constant Review. I think it came as a big surprise to me and all of you watching the recent news of Chadwick Boseman's passing away last weekend. Chadwick Boseman played the character, as you all know, of Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And after 4 appearances and 1 standalone movie, his character became a breakout star and an unexpected success in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, becoming one of the most beloved, if not the number one superhero movie of the last decade. His amazing performance as Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is something that was truly impressive to me and millions of Marvel fans, and it's going to be nearly impossible for Marvel Cinematic Universe to be able to continue and move on with this character. But with Black Panther 2 slated to come out in a few years, it leaves it to Marvel to now figure out who will be able to take on that mantle that he had so well embodied. And that's what we're going to look at today in this much more somber special episode of Constant Review. Who will be the new Black Panther? In the span of just 3 years between 2016 and 2019, Black Panther made 4 separate appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, and Avengers Endgame. He would have had the most appearances in the Phase 3 of MCU if it wasn't for Spider-Man, who would make 5 with Spider-Man Far From Home. But in comparing Black Panther and Spider-Man is comparing night and day. Spider-Man is a very well-established character and a fan favorite throughout the comic books. In stark contrast to this, Black Panther is relatively unknown and has never made a major appearance to the silver screen. And that's why in 2018, when the movie Black Panther hit theaters and shattered box office records, it came out of nowhere, and it was a surprise success that no one had fully anticipated. As much as I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Black Panther is one of the few Marvel movies where they fully develop the villain's motivations to the point where you can kind of understand them and at least empathize with them a little. It does fall into the classic Marvel origin story trope where the villain has the same powers as the hero except he's evil, which we've seen in Iron Man 2, Captain America, Ant-Man, and practically every Marvel origin story so far. But they truly managed to flush out the characters and their personalities, as well as their motivations in this movie. So who could possibly take up the mantle of Black Panther now? I, for one, could not imagine Marvel simply recasting the character. Chadwick Boseman's performance as T'Challa was unforgettable, and I cannot imagine Marvel trying to replace his character or recast him for the sequel. Instead, what I'm expecting is them to pass the mantle on to another character that we've already been introduced to. So, here are my top picks for who I expect may soon earn the title of Black Panther. In my third spot, I think a great contender would be Mbaku. Mbaku is the leader of the Jabari tribe and originally tried to fight T'Challa for leadership of Wakanda in the Black Panther movie. After losing in single combat, Mbaku ceded his claim and returned to the Jabari. However, once war had come to Wakanda, he was able to lead the Jabari back and help T'Challa take the throne once again. He was also pivotal in the battle in Infinity War and helping the people of Wakanda as well as the Avengers fight off the forces of Thanos. However, this seems like it may not be a great fit, as Mbaku has very little connection to the royal family, and the Jabari in general are considered outsiders in Wakanda, and therefore it would be very hard to get the other 4 tribes to support a Jabari leader. In number 2, I'm placing Killmonger. That's right, Killmonger, aka Michael B. Jordan's character from the Black Panther movie. Killmonger's character had a distinct motivation throughout the Black Panther movie. He, at one point, was able to take over the role of Black Panther. He was able to do this by exercising his blood right as T'Challa's cousin.
All that challenge shit is over with. I'm the king now.
Unfortunately, at the end of Black Panther, Killmonger is defeated and T'Challa takes back the throne in order to stop Killmonger from distributing weapons and trying to take over the world. However, Killmonger's main goal of trying to help oppressed people throughout the world inspired T'Challa to change the way that Wakanda was run.
This will be the first Wakanda International Outreach Center.
And it's because of him that Wakanda opened itself up to other nations and ended up being such a pivotal country in the fight against Thanos. Unfortunately, Killmonger is not at the top of this list because despite the fact that he has the correct blood and the correct name, he suffers from one fact: having died at the end of Black Panther. Now, be aware, this is a Marvel movie, and there's plenty of ways they could explain, especially using Wakandan science, how Killmonger might have been able to survive the events of that movie. And so, I don't eliminate him as a contestant altogether. But that leaves first place, my pick for who should take over the role of Black Panther. And that is none other than Shuri. Shuri's character was one of the most beloved in the Black Panther movie.
What are those?
She plays T'Challa's younger sister and therefore the heir to the throne after T'Challa dies. Her character is beloved by fans for many witty one-liners and just the sheer personality that this character brought to the movie.
Non-sequentially.
Why didn't you just reprogram the synapses to work collectively?
Because we didn't think of it?
I'm sure you did your best.
She has the blood, the nobility, and the backing of the people of Wakanda, and most importantly, the backing of the Marvel fanbase. And most importantly, to prove this theory, Shuri actually does take over the role of Black Panther in the comics. And so, there you go, guys. My pick for who's going to take over the role of Black Panther is none other than his younger sister, Shuri. Guys, this was a really somber video to do, and definitely not one that I expected to be looking into at any point in the future. Cancer is a real serious thing, and you should never forget about it, especially in times like these. And so if you have a couple dollars kicking around and you didn't know what to do with it, except, maybe buy another chair or, some Ben & Jerry's or something, maybe you can think about tossing some of that towards a cancer charity. And I'm going to post a bunch of those up on screen right now and, pick and choose and try and do your best to help out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.